is it's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal, and look at this. Right away, a loose football. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Elliott, the great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So an empty possession there.
Looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Ready, ready! 30 base. Ready!
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On the ready. Watch your time. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, Delta. 55, 955. Hey, eat. Let's go, man. You need turnovers. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike, 55. Right there. Go. 55. I'm trying to collect. Hey, Zoo. 55. Right here. Get it.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Able to get couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Second and 6. They complete it to Hill. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come out here, come get some. He don't want it. Go. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. We own it.
On 3rd down, Herbert. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. David Moore, 65 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
What's good on the extra point? And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start on the ground with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Check, 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 check.
2nd and 2. It's Hill, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
Let's go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Elliott. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A.J. Green there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Recon, 152 fighter. Check 13. Check 13. 2nd and 3. Hey, Alpha. 30-yard line. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert flushed. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's... And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Go. Hey, Charlie. Snap.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up. By the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Good job.
43-yard line.
Night, sweetheart.
Hey,
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early...
Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was...
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the whip. 25, check 25, check 25.
Now Kamara. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Running with Kamara. And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
What we got?
Here's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Prescott now on second down. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go. Check three.
On second down, Kamara. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. There's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Yep. Motion. Hey, foxtrot.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, wahoo! Go!
Mike 54. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 54 is Mike. Check.
Hey, seam 6. Seam snap.
Back to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Bravo!
I'm going to run you over. Mike,
Now!
Mike 5-4. Watch the screen.
5.
Watch the screen. Right there. 54. Right there.
Go!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. And an alley to run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Here we go, 46. 26.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Ross on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first. Nowhere to go here. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free, creating something good for your team.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And able to find Green. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
High 7.
Mike 55. Get him.
Look at me. Zipper.
Mike 55.
Hey.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Get it.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Alpha. Go.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go.
Hey.
Here we go. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 50.
Hey, Echo.
55 is Mike, guys. 55. Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
Hard.
Switch.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 55. Hey, pick your game up. SOS. 36.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th.
218, chop. Go. Yep.
54. Mike 54. I'm here all day.
Now.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this. When he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit, now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Allen. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ben Gideon gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
Check your heart rate. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
6 guys, check 6 guys.
Again, it's Kamara. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Trey Hendrickson his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Strip that ball. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Throwing on third and long. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to
They begin on the ground with Kamara. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run it again with Kamara. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, Delta, go.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. He's back to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. he's taken down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, dude.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And Jason Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott. Room here to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Dallas, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.